Hello, in step 7, we are going to simulate a second scenario, change the invoice assignment. Remember, we have a customer, Philip Bikes, has two outstanding balances of the receivable, and then we received the incoming payments to clear the first invoice for the month rolled back. But later we found out the customer actually made the payments should be clearing the second invoice. So the same 3,500, but we put it under the wrong account receivable to the same customer under the wrong invoice. So in that case, we don't really need to cancel the payments, but we need to reassign the payment, the 3,500 from invoice number 1 to invoice number 2 for the Philly bikes. To do this, we need to go, go to the financial accounting and the account receivable. But we couldn't change the invoice or repost a incoming payments. So we have to do from the top. First, clear the wrong assignment. So like detach the payments to the wrong invoice, then reassign the payments to the right invoice. But before that, let's make sure which one, what the journal entry or the clearing we need to reverse and reset. So let's do to check the balance for that customer, the Philly bikes. If you forget, do a quick search. So you can use the name and do the search term. Okay, so go down to your own company code. So for me, it's 091, and you may have other numbers. So choose that company, and then the company code. Then the fiscal year is the current. So go. Because you can see we have two invoices sent, right? But only one clearance payment. So click on this credit number. So 3,500 under the credit is leading us to the transaction. We clear the invoice, but actually to the wrong invoice number. So for that case, remember, I think for you, because I did this a couple of times, for you to remember this, okay, so put down whatever number, like it should be like 14. The journal entry number for me, I'm using this one. But for your case, okay, remember this number, the journal entry number, and that's the one we need to reset for the next step. So write this down and then go back to the prior page and reset. Okay, now we are going to reset the payment. So means detach the 3,500 to the wrong from the wrong invoice. So reset cleared item. And from here you can input the 14 number, okay, from your case, but I'm using this one. Okay, this is the one I just did. I remember. So if you put like for me is this. Oh, so you can then the company code and 2026. And for me, it's already here. Okay, but anyway, so if you do yours and then go, and it should lead into the clearing journal entry. And click on the detail arrow, and it's showing what we have done. And so we put it in the wrong invoice. So we have the two options. So reset, so means only detach the payments from the wrong invoice, but not returning the payments. But if you do reset and reverse, it not only detach from the wrong invoice, also cancel the payments. We don't want to cancel the payments, only reset. So click on that and it will confirm. And now if you go back, so if you want to confirm to see how the customer balance has changed, it's supposed to be both of the receivable become uncleared, right? Because we reset the payments. So display the customer. I remembered my customer code. So US 00 and then current year, so go. And now if you click on both of the receivables, they become uncleared. Both are uncleared. Initially, the first one is cleared, but after reset, okay, we remove the payment from it. So now after we remove the wrong payments, we can attach the payment to the right invoice, which should be the second one, okay, the first one. And then let's go back, and now go to assign of the payments to the right item, assignment of the open item. So do put your customer code. So it will retrieve all of the existing receivable related information for that customer. So invoices and the payments, so we can match the right payments, okay, to the incoming payments. So once you put your customer account, the company code is already there and click on execute. So now you can see under this customer, we have two invoices, but only one payment, right? So the same 3,500. So we are now going to assign the 3,500 to the second invoice rather than the first one. So we reset the first one last time. So now I click on the right invoice and for the to the payments. So match them and assign. Now you can see the second invoice and the payments disappeared. So now scroll down. Okay, it's becoming that's an assigned item, but not confirmed yet. So let's click on, so check all of the item and confirm, and it become green, but confirmed. Now click on that again and clear. And then finally, save. So you'll reassign to the right item and cleared them, right? After you assign the payments to the right item, and we clear that and save, you should have a new. So because now you can see it's like disappeared, okay, for both of them. I didn't really see the number. There should be a new document number, like clear the number for your reassigned open item. So now let's go back to check the balances. So now it's supposed to be one cleared and one is still outstanding, but the right combination. 2026, cool. Yeah, now if you click on the overall, yeah, I think you see the second invoice cleared, which is the right one. And this is the reassigned clearing journal entry number, right? The one we just did. And then the first invoice becomes outstanding. Okay. And so we move the payments from the first invoice, the payments, okay, from the first invoice to the second one and clear it. And that's something you may encounter in a real business also. So that's the second scenario.